see when we collide. No one walks away easy. I never thought you'd be the one. I never meant to take your heart. I never felt so hard. I never meant to be the one. I never thought I'd break your heart. And after the stars have crumbled to dust, we still feel the warmth burning in us, burning in us. And it hurts so bad, but it doesn't mean let's wrong. No, 'cause after the storm, you'll see the sun. And after the storm, you and me, we both live life at full speed. Easy to see when we collide. No one walks away easy. I never thought you'd be the one. I never meant to take your heart. I never felt so hard. I never meant to be the one. I never thought I'd break your heart. And after the stars have crumbled to dust, we still feel the warmth burning in us, burning in us. And it hurts so bad, but it doesn't mean let's wrong. No, 'cause after the storm, you'll see the sun. And after the storm, you and I come together like we can change the weather All these bills I can know.
mistake last night. Maybe I can make it right. Slide down closer, baby. We can talk about it. No need to be mad. Hate to see you sad. Yes, I know I'm crazy, crazy about you, crazy about you.
I know I'm a flirt sometimes. I know I get drunk some nights. I know I get way too high. I just wanna live it up with you. I know that it might be tense. I know when you've had enough. It's just how I show my love. Tell you can I live it up with you?
secret side. Maybe I can make it right. So I'm close to baby. We can talk about it.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, good morning, as I know my chat is getting impatient, and honestly, ladies and gentlemen, so am I, because of course we got ourselves a little bit of a special day today. It's been a special day yesterday too, after the new mini patch dropped, the D update. It has just been the D update, so, you know, no major huge changes having been made to the Dota client, but a lot of heroes that desperately needed nerfs got them exactly when they needed them, if that makes any sense. I'm very happy Anti-Mage got a mini buff, even if it's just 20% or 10% extra spell buff. It makes a huge difference. Asakura though, see, this is what we had happen yesterday, and all season I've been talking about how much I dislike this current patch, right? And like, oh, drafts aren't fun, and oh, so much fun has been taken out. Well, we get to see the Invoker go through, which is one of the few people that kind of redeems this patch. You know, one of the few interesting heroes with the two different facets, allowing him two very different playstyles.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
But I just talked about how the Luna was nerfed. DMS will still be picking it up. It was just a very small nerf, though with almost every hero still going for some illusions, going for a Manta style, or, you know, some form of split push to keep the side lanes contained. I kind of, you know, may think this Luna may just screw them, because now they give away the fact that the Naga Siren is a support, and that is just valuable intel for Asakura. Maybe that's why they pick the Luna, actually. Because, well, Luna has been nerfed against illusions, she is still very strong with illusions, right? If you got the Naga Siren to hold down a target and drag that target into your right clicks, with the follow-up stun, Luna can get in so many of those glaives, a great amount of damage. Asakura now, kind of just biding their time.
Dire team ban.
Picking up a Morphling now. Alright, I can get behind that.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I'm trying to read through the patch notes to make up my mind on which of the heroes, other than Anti-Mage, which we're now not gonna see. I really do want to see this patch, because I was hoping for an Anti-Mage here. But against DMS's draft, it doesn't make sense, because everyone's mana pool is too small. And DMS themselves, they revealed that Naga Siren Luna way too early to now go for carry switcheroo or anything of that sort to kind of be cheesy with.
Dire team pick. Radiant
Beastmaster gets banned away though, and that's gonna lead to a last pick slaughter. I mean, we saw a lot of last pick slaughters at the start, or, you know, end of the draft phase kind of slaughters at the start of this patch, but it's really not that popular anymore. So maybe we see Slardar making a bit of a return with the new patch. We saw him yesterday too.
Choose your hero.
As DMS's last hero is gonna be that Enigma from Dachau. Alright, so Enigma, Jezu, Morphling, Invoker being played by Young G. So clearly none of the core picks have changed yet for either DMS or Asakura. We may see that change though in game number 2, where the teams go, hey, you know what, now we're gonna pull out some more intricate drafts here, some more new meta strategies, because I do think there's a lot of room for new meta stuff, and I'm not just talking about the Anti-Mage. There have been so many like little changes, and I know people often underestimate the, you know, tiny little ladder patches, but other than the items being nerfed, let's be real here, the Luna versus Illusion like interaction with the Luna's Beam giving you 1,000,000 damage, we've seen at least 2 games being pretty much changed by it fundamentally. And they took that away. So as a Luna player myself, I can tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes down to those PL picks, to those Naga Siren cores as well, because while this will be a deluge game from till the end supporting with Naga Siren, I still think Naga Siren core is very viable again. We got problems on one of his favorite heroes, the Snapfire. Great to give people problems. Also, if I'm not mistaken, cause like all the Rave Band, Bracer, and what have you items have been fundamentally nerfed as well. That's another really big change, as well as the Solar Crest. And what was the other huge item? There was like 3 huge items that have been, you know, fundamentally changed. Well, 3 kinds of items if you count all of the like braces and stuff as one. So Young G, he is still gonna go for a Rave Band or 2. I wonder what Morphling's gonna build though, cause Jazu already on one of those heroes who wants to skip the early attribute items as much as possible by just having better timing to kind of compensate for it. Little bit of a taunt going on, but Slardar has no idea he's under a ward, and that will allow everyone from DMS to smoke up, group nice and tightly, as they make sure they kind of rotate around, looking for a little bit of initiation.
The battle begins.
The smoke not gonna latch onto anybody. Enigma will get some good scouting in. The runes are gonna be split 2 for 2 though, and let me point out those wards for you guys. Cause on mid lane right now, both teams still have one. I will keep you guys updated on any D wards. But there's also these interesting little observers over on the bottom lane to make sure that this pull camp can already be contested from the Dire from the moment it spawns pretty much, as it looks like we got ourselves a pause. Here I'm all excited for there finally having been a patch, even if it was just the D patch. Okay, thank God. Because yeah, it was just the D patch, but we really needed there to be a patch on principle. And we may just see this Luna do less than expected and, whoops, kind of fall out of favor because of that. As Slardar and Naga Siren, not really a fun matchup for till the end here. Like, I know they're intertwined with the lore and all, and, you know, they have a bunch of fun little voice lines being fishmen and stuff. But till the end, just not enjoying this matchup being a Naga Siren support. Because Naga Siren, as a carry, she has a really okay agility gain and armor gain from extra agility that you buy. But as a support, you have none of those. So even without the ultimate, Slardar hits like a truck. But after Naga Siren gets an ultimate herself to kind of disjoint him, it doesn't help that much against corrosive haze. As long as the haze is on you, you may as well teleport to base and walk all the way into the team fight again or whatever. And I wonder what they're gonna do to kind of, you know, deal with that. Because Naga Siren support, one of the reasons why she was so strong was that Pavis and the Solar Crest being really freaking good. With both of them having been nerfed though, I'm not sure if Naga Siren isn't gonna be lacking armor against the Slardar. Over on bottom lane, they are gonna be on the aggression once again with Alchemist cooking up a concoction, and that concoction is gonna be flying at Shigetsu as Shigetsu, one more hit, will secure the first blood. Very nice there for his vest. Slardar actually wants to bully till the end as well, just making sure that support does not get to have himself a laning stage at all. Still has 2 mangoes left to go for those stuns to come on out. Will immediately use one to counterplay being dragged under the towers. Vies though with the stun ready and the stick trying to turn it, didn't hit the stun onto till the end. Till the end will be able to get himself away. Oh, this is already some fresh win though, which I'm personally very happy about, and it sounds like my chat is super happy about the patch being there as well. Let's hope there will be a big patch soon enough too, and that Valve sees, hey, every time we drop a patch, the Dota Pro scene is celebrant and people buy more items because of it. Because yeah, this TI had just kind of had a bad compendium, so for the first time Valve didn't make crap tons of money and a huge prize pool off of it. But I think if they would have given us more of items, more stuff to level, you know, things would have actually sold a lot better. And everybody keeps asking me about the draft. And ladies and gentlemen, so shortly after a patch, I really don't know. I would say Asakura, and not just because they have the first blood here, but look at the mid lane. Look at how easy the mid lane is for the Invoker. Sand King being over on mid, I don't really think it's the best way to treat Young G on the Invo. And while nothing really changed as far as these drafts go, it is 2, you know, signature heroes. So while I don't think there's much difference as far as the win rate goes, Dota says it's DMS, but I wouldn't think so. I think that's still going off of last patch's win rate. Is over on the bottom lane. Vies though, as I say that, who knows, maybe Dota is right, because clearly this Luna turning things around, getting not 1 but 2 kills, thanks to that healing Lotus, allowing Shigetsu to just take some really aggressive head-on team fights here. But back to Jezu, who I was talking about, because he's on one of his signature heroes. He really loves those squishy agility cores. And while DMS's draft has a lot more momentum, I always favor the late game draft, and I do think there is slightly better late game for this Morphling Invoker Alchemist draft from Asakura. It's just very creative and very well balanced, and I know the Dota win rate doesn't agree with me right here, but give it 20 minutes for, like, you know, the Luna to fall off, for the Sand King to miss 1 or 2 ultimates, and then the win rate will suddenly be looking way differently. And that's why I'm kind of personally with Asakura on this one. As Jezu, he needs to be careful, but even if he gets out, his Jakiro may not. As Ariel, 1 more hit is gonna do the trick, but maybe Jakiro getting away with just a sliver of HP for now. Snapfire comes in, gets slowed up, and bam. Problems, giving Ariel a lot of problems. Very clean gameplay over in this top lane so far as Jezu getting chased away by the Eidolons and not really having much of a lane. Well, he is at 20 lasted, so as long as he has a support, he will get his lane back. Jakiro very good at keeping these little Eidolons at bay. But the moment his support dies, it will just cost him not just last hits, but all of those last hits being denied against the Morphling by that Enigma. Morph now already half a level behind on Enigma and his support. Top lane turning kind of hard. DMS's Luna still going okay, all things considered. 1 death is annoying, but Shigetsu, I think, still feeling quite alright, though guess what? Young G over on top lane with a gank rotation now on that Invoker. Wants to connect on the Hao, as the Hao just a little bit more damage to get the kill, and with the cold snap they will definitely deliver it. Young G extremely happy with that gank, as it's exactly the kind of tempo Jezu needs. Because like I said, the drafts are very 50-50. DMS is super favored starting out. Then it will be, at least if they don't fall off until then, Asakura in the mid game. And in the like hyper late game from 40-45 minutes, because of the black hole, it becomes super 50-50 again. Once Enigma has like Blink Dagger, Refresh Orb or whatever. As Slardar trying to get himself away. Well, clearly DMS want as much of a lane advantage here as they can get. And Naga Siren, well, till the end still doesn't have a lot of armor, so Slardar wants to go for her with that Alchemist to boast. She will die in a matter of seconds, which kind of worries me from till the end, but at least Luna is able to provide that pressure now with a lot of glaives flying out, with the lunescent beams to be as cancerous as possible. Whereas Alchemist making sure he will go to secure himself that rune. I do love the greedy position 4 Alchemist. I'm really happy they didn't nerf that, like, at least any of his core features, because it's such a staple of this patch to me, and I think it should be a staple of every patch to have at least a bunch of core heroes that can be played as greedy position 4s, or bring back the jungler role. Like, there needs to be some form of alternate offlaning, if you know what I mean. Sand King getting gone on by 2 with the armor reduction. He is gonna die in absolutely no time. 2 Invoker with, of course, that elitist. Well, people do play both Invokers. There is people playing Agnostic too, but I do think elitist is always the way to go on mid lane for the time being. Like, until they change it again, of course. As for the Invoker passive, I'm still really undecided about that one. I don't like abilities that affect XP. Same with the Weaver Swarm one, though that one should hypothetically make Weaver such a good support. With the way his Aghanim's works nowadays, it's just not worth it. Well, Sand King walks down the wrong high ground, though there is a Naga Siren trying to give him some backup. With Invoker on top of him, is it gonna be enough? It looks like, and Melojewel able to get himself out. That mid Sand King, after all, quite decent at sustaining himself against Invoker's constant stream of right clicks and annoyingness, basically. Morph, shoving out top as much as he can. Sand King trying to get himself away. Will get caught, but manages to walk it off. Melojewel will have a salve cancelled, putting him in danger once again. They are committing a lot of resources to make sure they get a kill on that mid lane Sand King, knowing how much value he has, but will not get him as instead till the end falls. It's just the Naga Siren position 5, but despite that sacrificial play, every kill right now matters, because keep in mind this laning stage is just so important for DMS to secure their kind of superior timing here. Make sure that either Jezu gets delayed in his item timing, or, you know, at the very least Shigetsu comes online before the Morphling comes online, with like the first few eclipses and what have you of the game. Enigma, meanwhile, playing a dangerous game, skills to the black hole, but the mana burn is already out in time. Nicely played from the Invoker, as now these stacks get found, and that isn't gonna be more of them stolen by Asakura, as Naga Siren is there to keep vision with an illusion. And Enigma with the Eidolon still harassing the Alchemist away, but the support Alchemist, now that he has the Alchemical Rage, he is just so strong at staying in the team fight and actually sustaining himself for a little while. Jezu looked like he was super low health there, but he is of course morphing back and forth, still benefiting off of that infused raindrop mana regen, making sure he gets as much value out of the draft as possible. Also, chat is asking me whether Slardar is meta these days. I genuinely don't know, guys. I've seen him play it 3 times now where I thought like, hey, this is a great game for like, you know, one of the other offlaners we don't see so much, like X or something. So it seems like if you have armor reduction, if you have like an alchemist or something else with armor reduction, then he's very meta. But usually only in armor reduction combos. Snapfire's kisses come out trying to get either the Invoker or the Alchemist. Neither of them will be dying though, with some nice counterplays. But it is some space for DMS, some much needed space I should say, to secure these stacks. Because looking at the net worth, Asakura, as you can see, despite Dota favoring them from the start, it's like I told you guys, I think personally their draft's just that little bit stronger, because it's a lot easier to execute and involves their comfort heroes like Yang Ji on this Invoker, who's still alive somehow. Invoker, is he gonna go down? One more Deluge would kill him, but knowing that Invoker turns around on the Naga Siren, making sure to kill her off instead. And he will be Luna ulted for still sticking around, looking for problems. Well, not looking for problems as in those problems, but well, problems, the player gave both of them some problems, making sure both of those kills are given to the Luna. And see, Luna may have been nerfed a little bit against illusions, but she still gets up to a solid 50 plus damage from a single good ultimate. So I think Shigetsu is still very satisfied playing a Luna in games like this, where she's actually well protected, and the moment that Luna starts struggling in lane, they basically get a perfect turnaround going. Luna coming in, running down the Slardar. Slardar still has movement speed, but he will get himself yeeted back at the Naga Siren. And can we see the combo come out here? Nope, we cannot, as the Blink Dagger is ready just in time, but Mellow Jewel still chasing. Oh no, this is gonna cost them dearly. That's a 2-minute cooldown, ladies and gentlemen. Alchemist Southland with a concoction there in the back. He wanted to go for more. And I can understand why, because if you see the enemy play a mid lane Sand King and then commit to a big epicenter that they don't cancel in time, it pretty much just costs them half of the team fight alone. Morphling still going for a Mjolnir here, but the squishy Morphling will be nuked by 2 heroes, just comboing him perfectly in the same second. Speaking of perfect combos though, as Young G was the bait till the end, will be dying to Zvest once again. Naga Siren, when she's being played as a support, she really doesn't have fun against the Slardar hero. As Slardar takes the tower, having had a very nice lane, excellent Blink Dagger timing. I wonder when his Alchemist support will catch up on that Blink Dagger, because he's still going for the Pevis, interestingly enough, despite the nerf. Then again, it's not like Pevis is a bad item, it's just a lot more situational and you don't build it every game nowadays. Dachau though, he is feeling it. He should not have been feeling it. Looking for that black hole. He was standing around the corner thinking there was free kills approaching him, when instead they are the free kills with not 1 but 2 falling to the Slardar. 1k gold lead. It's usually I would say it's only 1k gold lead for the Alchemist draft, but it's a position for Alchemist, who has been focusing so much on getting Slardar those kills, on making sure the Luna kind of has to farm jungle, has to just rush Mask of Madness and go to the jungle so you don't die, you know. And that's never fun for Shingetsu. Shigetsu, of course, if in the jungle he's still being contested and still has to play super careful. But I gotta pay my respects to Shigetsu here. He only died 1 single time in a very rough, like level 1 at least. Because the lane after level 2 or 3 it kind of stabilized. But at level 1 the lane is just nearly impossible to play. He only died once from that. And then didn't die, despite super aggressive wards everywhere, despite his jungle constantly being contested, making sure to just play the most careful kind of conservative Luna game that he possibly can, knowing full well the position he's in. Back to a 2k gold lead we go as Alchemist. Continuing to be that gold printer here. Man, I wish I could do that. Just, you know, stab a guy and his corpse turns into gold. Hell, maybe I can do this. I haven't really tried.
Radiant are scanning.
But now that Greevil's Greed is actually balanced, I think it's such a good skill. And people can tell me now, oh Joe, everybody picks Alchemist, it's clearly not balanced. Well, I'm not saying Alchemist as a whole is balanced. I think the concoction is pretty broken right now. Like, at the early levels. That's why he's only being played as position 3 or 4 4 or 5 so much. Because concoction level 1 and 2 are still very, very powerful, and I think if you just make a scaling a little bit slower, but they already did that, so I don't know. Like, the fact that you can get a level 1 1.7 second stun feels so broken to me. If they make that like 1.5, 1.4 seconds, it would already be a sufficient nerf to Alchemist. Alchemist, though, will be going down to Mellow Jewel, so maybe this hero doesn't need a nerf at all. If he's giving this mid lane Sand King, who's... I usually love Mellow Jewel, I'm a big fan of his. Though I don't like the mid lane Sand King, and that's why I haven't really been talking about him. He's going 1, 2, and 2, and the fact that Mellow Jewel, being such a talented player, has had so much trouble finding good ultimates is exactly why I'm not a fan of the mid lane Sand King, right? It's the same reason OD and a bunch of other high risk, high reward mid laners aren't popular. Because mid lane is too important of a position to commit to that high risk in the first place nowadays. Mellow Jewel, though, despite not having an ultimate, with that Invis rune he can get his team some valuable intelligence. but everybody from the side of DMS, you know, still has to group up. They are trying to get some vision down as well to make sure they have some good ward coverage. So they see 3 people on the map right now, actually, with the invoke showing on bottom. 4, okay, yeah. DMS, excellent map vision, as you can see. Checking on the side of Asakura here. They're kind of flying dark with this constant stream of illusions coming in to bully them. But the moment the darkness ends, it's because Luna on the mid lane sent out some illusions to scout. Presses R. The moment that people think one of the illusions is the real Luna. Oh, I wish I could have caught that on camera, but there was so much happening. Like, people were hunting in this top jungle still. People were hunting around this corner too. Because look at this ward here. Both of these teams have just been playing around vision and around farm all game. We're not even at 20 kills past the 15-minute mark. We don't have that every day here in the European Pro League. But I think it's a good sign that these teams are respecting the patch, even if their drafts aren't changed up that much yet. That we still get to see that one position Luna.
Dire's top tower is under
Mellow
attack.
Jewel is finally catching up in farm, so that's some good news for DMS and their fans. Invoker's still free farming like an absolute beast, but Sand King now doing the same, and with that built-in Stinger Poison. Or I think Poison is the, yeah, Caustic Finale is the passive now, and Stinger, you know, allowing you to proc it really easily on a lot of creeps.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Sand King still having a good time here. And I should really try some new Sand King, speaking of which. But Naga Siren may not be having such a good time as she gets jumped by the Alchemist. Alchemist, however, the first one to die as out comes the Mortimer's Kiss. That's the second one. And Jezu running for a third, but Jezu with the waveform will be able to get away for now. Look at that Storm doing so much damage to Mellow Jewel. Mellow Jewel, he is going to come into that team fight very, very low health on top of a one-man black hole. Just because they respect how big of a threat Slardar has become at this point. Nice setup for the Sand King to get a follow-up stun though on the Invoker. And problems, he allows Mellow Jewel to finally get some nice revenge in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And while there may not be much time left for this Luna to be absolutely overpowered, DMS, they finally get the win rate to go back in their favor. And they finally get to pressure the Dire's objectives a little bit. They can run at towers now, they can go for those big objectives, because even if over 30 seconds there will be another epicenter, and there will be another commitment from the Sand King, they can't really tempo match that with the Enigma ultimate, right? The black hole is now on cooldown for over 2 minutes, and everything will be ready from Asakura once again. DMS though are out farming the Alchemist draft, still 4,000 ahead now that they've taken some of their stacks, as Mellow Jewel tries to commit on the Slardar though. He realizes Slardar has a lot of damage, has to be saved by the bell and the Song of the Naga Siren, as out comes an Invoker for the saving attempt, but Slardar just stuck in place with too much lockdown. He goes for a stun that hits nobody, and you know, just like a fish on land kind of splashing around is how I imagine that happening outside of like the limitations of the Dota client. As Roshan getting contested, out comes a scan telling them that there's somebody in these trees. It's Enigma, Eidolons and a Naga Siren sitting behind it. Sunstrike comes out, telling them, hey, Roche is still at mostly full health, we have all the time in the world, and the moment they notice that Invoker will smoke up, will group up with his team. But keep in mind, while this is happening, Enigma, Dachau, what a player, he just goes over to the different lane, throws down some Eidolons to split push, and then gets back to this Roche pit, as now it's gonna be Asakura in the pit with 3 people smoked from DMS instead. And guess what, only 40 seconds on that big all-important black hole here. Roshan with the armor reduction from the Slardar falling a lot faster to the morph. I hear a concoction being brewed up. Mellow Jewel able to dodge it with the Yule Scepter. Jezu still wants to continue the Roshan from the looks of it. Roche is falling quite fast, but there is some illusions and stuff to try and scout into the pit. As out come the Mortimer's Kisses. Morphling knows this is his cue to escape the pit. Enigma immediately into the pit now. Threatening that black hole, which is only ready in 5 seconds from now. As Mellow Jewel though gets stunned and cannot get off the epicenter. That's a Sand King ultimate off cooldown, but simply not hitting anyone. Alchemist dies in exchange for stunning up the Luna, but that means Morphling now gets himself the Aegis, and now Jezu can hunt for the first time in this game without having to be scared. Gets himself a Sandstorm up, will immediately be like triple rooted there though. Nicely played. Young G gets stunned up, a little out of position. Then again, he does have that Ghost Walk to not just be invis, but slow everybody up as well while he's dusted. Naga Siren still on the pursuit, but it will be very difficult to catch him, and looks like Young G gets himself away. Oh, Young G on Invoker is a treat, and every time I say that during the draft, he has like a bad game and the Caster's Curse is real. So I'm very happy I'm not Caster's Cursing my boy Young G, because this Invoker is such a treat to behold. And that's why I'm so mad about the Sand King mid, because like I said, I like Mellow Jewel a lot, and I was really hyped for this Young G versus Mellow Jewel matchup, because they're two really big playmakers. They're two of those players that make the entire team fight about themselves if they have an okay mid lane, right? And seeing them go up against each other is so fun and entertaining, but the Sand King, he's simply having a bad game, and I've never really seen a mid lane Sand King have a good game this patch. I'm sorry to say it. I've seen him picked a lot. At the start of the patch I was all like, hey, I love it. I play this hero a ton in my pubs on mid. I'm finally starting to learn mid lane thanks to Sand King being so fun in this patch. And nope, he's just not good mid. Play him as a position 3. Hell, play him as a position 4 or even 5 if you must. Just not as a 1 or 2. Actually, I could see Sand King position 1 build around the Stinger, like a Stinger one-shot build or something. I wonder, because Stinger can crit, right? Stinger can like Daedalus proc if I'm not mistaken.
Illusion.
Since it's a right click with 140 damage being added to it in an AoE, if that crits, you can do like a 1.2 to 1.5k crit on multiple enemies if you hit like a really good burrow strike on 2 people who are giving each other a hug. This Sand King isn't doing any carry stuff though. He's going for the Shiva's Guard, which he almost has, into the Bloodstone, as Naga Siren still going Solar Crest without any alterations to the build, I guess. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I do not like this kind of old meta building. I wish people were adapting more to the new meta. Except Young G, he's cool, because I know this build, like Hurricane Pike, is already situational.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
If you build a Hurricane Pike second item on Invoker, you're giving that some freaking thought. As Morphling runs into certain doom, he will be killed off once. Mellow Jewel has an ultimate, decides to hold on to it as he knows Jezu will be left for dead by his supports. The moment Jakiro walks away, and now Mellow Jewel wants to chase for Jakiro as well, will not quite be able to catch up to Ariel as he makes a wrong guess which way he went. It is a 50-50. As Sand King teleporting out. See, the Ringmaster themed teleport looks so cool, but this compendium, other than the FEG box, it's just no permanent stuff, and I think everyone who buys every compendium has enough FEGs to spare at this point. As Slardar will be killed off over on bottom lane, DMS got themselves together, 4k gold lead, and are now looking to snowball this game. They have to ensure their Luna keeps farming until she's fully 7-slotted basically. But right now they're doing just that. Morphling has 2 deaths, being punished for the... Well, I like Morphling Maelstrom. People in chat are flaming Morphling Maelstrom. Personally, I love it. If you have this many stacks, if you have an Invoker with Summoned Spirits and an Alchemist to make you some stacks to help you get that money, I think you love getting yourself a Maelstrom. What I think the mistake is from Jezu here is that he had 0 strength before that other than the power threats. Because like I said before, you don't want to go for bracers or rave bands on the morphling anymore for that little bit of extra stats. And it becomes such a
Dire's
detriment to
bottom
morph.
tower is under attack.
I genuinely think a Falcon Blade is the difference here. Like, if he would have bought a Falcon Blade, this build would have worked so well for the morphling. Go Falcon Blade, go Maelstrom, go Manta style, then you go into Mjolnir BKB. Like,
Dire's bottom tower
maybe
is under
that's
attack.
what he has the Sage's Mask for. Maybe that was actually the plan for the morphling. Then he died once and kind of panicked, saying, you know what, I skipped the Falcon Blade now. Because I think he's missing the, like, we saw that he's missing the extra health. He may get proven that he, oh yeah. See what I mean? See what I mean? Morphling gets saved by having like, well, 30, 40 health extra in order to be able to morph. As Invoker, the next one to give the tower a hug. Something that means almost certain death, but Young G, he is dodging all of the damage. And he will stay alive despite his barracks falling. Luna with the double damage rune still pressuring the high ground, making sure that this base is being contested. There is one tier 2 tower standing over on top lane, so the base cannot be pushed down, but knowing that DMS want to smoke up and look for that big black hole commit, as Sand King with the ultimate will jump on Morphling, and this is what I mean, Morphling just lacking health, not being able to build bracers or rave bands anymore in the current patch. Suddenly that hero has been not nerfed into the ground, I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but significantly screwed up as far as previous patches timing went. And then playing around the old Morphling timing just kind of screwed them. Because the game may end very soon here. If it goes on till for like another 10 minutes or whatever, I can see them make a huge comeback. But defending for even 10 minutes against the Luna, who's been on top of that Nerf for pretty much all game, it's just gonna be impossible. Invoker gets chain stunned up, runs himself back with that glaive flying after him. Luna forced to walk back with that EMP, but guess what? Luna now walks under the tower, makes sure there's a ton of glaives. The bouncing Alchemist so low will get the ultimate off to stay alive despite the chip damage he's still taking. But she gets who he only has eyes for objectives, and he will get more and more glaives to bounce. Oh, this is why everybody loves to see Luna. This is why Luna, despite us seeing way too much of her this patch, is still such a fun hero to watch. Though I don't think it's fun if games suddenly end after a single team fight. Like, up till here, the game was super close, and it was Asakura with that Alchemist once again filing and working on their comeback. But this was one big team fight, like, bam, bam, bam. 3 kills in a row, and then they chase for a support kill, and all of a sudden the game is borderline won, because now Luna actually snowballs to the point where she's just gonna be too difficult to kill. Like, you already need an MKB to kill her, right? Just because she has a butterfly. Meanwhile, Morphling can't even get the BKB anymore. And of course, in exchange for this, Luna falls off very hard compared to how late game she used to scale. But knowing that is exactly why she gets the pushes with the Sand King here, as Young G able to get away, save himself, turn around with a lot of right click damage. But Naga Siren comes in, giving a nice song, saving everybody. Three runes will go the way of DMS though. That is a lot of money missed with an Alchemist on your team. Alchemist, he's going 100% old build. I don't like it. I like the Glimmer Cape, but he went the Glimmer Cape after the Solar Crest, and I think the Solar Crest, you just don't need it, man. Like, go Pavis if you think you need the extra early game shield, and then go Solar Game later when you realize you need the damage, but build some, like, actual survivability items in between. Don't just go for an early Solar Crest. The drums I don't mind so much, though. I think they're, you know, not the greatest item this game on principle. You do have an Invoker, who as a right clicker benefits so much from that drum buff, so I see why he built those. But neither the Glimmer Cape nor the Solar Crest are doing anything if Alchemist can't even walk close enough to a team fight to activate them, or dies for blinking in, right? And DMS, they were pushing the top lane, making sure people are forced to rotate.
Has been killed.
Young G with the summoned creeps will make them believe that somebody here is at Roche. Instead of anyone being at Roche, though, Naga Siren just split pushing the base a little bit. Might as well get to work on those objectives, even if it gives the Alchemist extra money. That's Roshan moving into its summer home. Well, this Roshan will immediately be destroyed, not even 2 minutes after arrival. Huge crits from the Luna already coming out, with just kind of Kanda being there to supply them. And after this, I think the game is as easy as run down the top lane. With very little changing in the drafts for game number 1 for today after the patch here. Starter at least will teleport out, but it looks like games are still very much following the same formula as last patch. It is very much just a D patch. Though I do hope people figure out more Luna counters. Maybe there is a way to make anti-mage work against the Luna. Actually, important questions, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't think it works the way I want it to work. So, you have to take the talent on Luna for the beams to be fired, for the glaives to be fired nowadays, but anti-mage doesn't get to fire any glaives, right? Because imagine, somebody targets you with a spell, and in addition to being fully hit by their own spell, like the Luna in this case with the Luna's beam, they get hit by some anti-mage right clicks. Slardar with the BKB, realizing they have to turn the game and they have to do it now, will jump in, will kill off Problems. Problems have been playing a very clean, very aggressive game on the Snapfire, just getting up and in people's faces. But DMS, do they still want to go up and in people's faces after losing the Snapfire for doing just that? From the looks of it, yes, because Shigetsu got himself a full-blown Satanic and it's just one push to end the game. Luna gets gone on by the Slardar, but really it's the Slardar dying to the Luna as Luna perfectly saved by Mellow on that Sand King. And I may not like Sand King as a hero on mid lane, just on principle, because he falls off too hard. Team fighting is really hard for this hero, because your initiation can get cancelled so freaking easily. But I do love Mellow as a player, and how much he's playing on the Luna, kind of realizing, hey, I'm basically support this game, I need to build any Yules and just keep the Luna alive, is exactly what's winning them the game right here. Usually Mellow is a huge playmaker, but here you kind of leave that to Enigma and the Naga Siren, while Sand King just has one job, and that job is either protect the Luna or set up kills for her. And he's playing that perfectly, despite being a big mid lane core. Because once again, look at that. Morphling goes in trying to set up Jezu, and Jezu trying to turn around on the Luna, but there is still the Naga song. So Jezu wastes a long BKB, only to hold the base for a little while longer against those glaives, and the moment the BKB is guaranteed to end, Shigetsu just walks up that high ground saying, hello ladies and gentlemen, I got some glaives for you, Alchemist out regen this, melee barracks, health regen, ha, huge, and the melee barracks down. Even if they try to get the Luna now, it's already megas as the black hole comes out onto two people. The Luna, though, too big. Nobody has damage for her anymore. It's just the butterfly being completed before 20 minutes that wins every single game. Like, I haven't seen a game with a, like, 22 minute or whatever it was butterfly that wasn't just a stomp in favor of the Luna. And I'm really sorry to say it, because I was hoping that the Luna being nerfed and the Wraith bands that are a large part of why she's so powerful, let's be real here, that Wraith bands being nerfed would kind of affect the Luna very negatively. And it did, don't get me wrong. Luna's first 5 minutes were already bad in the laning stage, and they're worse now. As far as that goes, I think, you know, the change to Wraith bands and Braces was definitely a nerf to Luna. It's just, it was a way bigger nerf to Jezus' Morphling. And at the start of the game, I said, hey, I favor Asakura's draft because they have all their comfort heroes, right? They got Jezu Morphling, they got Young G Invoker, and I think Young G Invoker really delivered to my expectations. But Jezu simply didn't, because I honestly haven't given that any thought at the time I said it. But Morphling without Bracers is just so weak. I think the hero may just not be played anymore in this current patch, if people don't like figure out a way to make him work. I think maybe with Magic Wand plus Falcon Blade you can get yourself enough health if you go for a Maelstrom, and then you can make a build like this work. But I don't think the Maelstrom would have mattered unless there is like a super early kind of sustain and health item for the Morphling you can get. Like you can't go first item say Tanic after Manta style, right? And that's kind of the big problem for Morphling nowadays, no matter how well Jezu may play him. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that we're headed to a little bit of a break, as we got game number 2 coming up between DMS and Asakura. As Asakura, they are looking shakier and shakier as the playoffs continue. DMS, though, they are known to be kind of inconsistent and get outdrafted, especially when they get cocky. So we'll see whether Asakura got a chance to turn this around or not. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I will be seeing you all after the break with game number 2 to the first best of 3 of the day here at the European Pro League.
When I'm lonely in the dark, I know you are with me, yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. When I'm lonely in the dark, I know you are with me, yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love.
We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze through the back door. We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze for days. We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze through the back door. We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze through the back door. fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze through the back door. We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze for days. We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze through the back door. We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze through the back door.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back for game number 2. This time around we don't have to wait for DMS's last player, though I think today it was actual technical issues and not just somebody oversleeping or whatever. And that's always a lot better, because then, you know, the teammates aren't getting annoyed at each other, everybody is kind of a lot more chill and stuff. As it looks like DMS facing Asakura here. I don't know, I feel like, you know, both Asakura and I oversaw how weak Morphling... Well, Morphling was planning, I think, on building a Falcon Blade. He just kind of, you know, didn't prioritize it as much as he should have. Because neither me nor the Morphling player realized, like, crap, I need to compensate for basically at least one bracer, or like a bracer and a Rave Band, or 2 Rave Bands or whatever, missing from my inventory. Because I think Morphling, in the hands of a talented player like Jezu, can definitely work in theory. Like, Morphling is still a really good hero, especially with that ultimate being able to counter people really hard. We see some good combos here. But I wonder if Asakura want to try it again or not. They have a minute of reserve time left now after picking up a Kunkka, alright. I mean, Admiral's Rum is still really fun to play around with. I still really like the current tanky kind of frontliney Kunkka.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
As DMS hesitate for just a little while, but come to the conclusion that the only way to go here is gonna be the Dazzle. Alright, I mean, that's worth putting in like 10 seconds of reserve time to make sure you think this pick through, but it kind of has me starting to think, so either Dazzle or Naga Siren has to be a core here, right? Could it be a Naga Siren carry? I think Naga Siren carry should be a thing once again, because now that basically all the carries got nerfed in the early game, having to get level 2 or level 3 in your illusions kind of makes things a lot more difficult for you. But DMS Now going through a lot more reserve time from the looks of it before coming to the conclusion that to pair with this Dazzle, well, regardless if they don't want to give away too much information here, they need to pick up a support, so the Dazzle it will be, alright.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
As the timer is ticking down here. Asakura. They got the Kunkka, they got the Snapfire, but I feel like there's nothing to tie it together. There's no Black Hole, there's no Dark Seer, there's no Shadow Fiend. That's a good one. That's a really good suggestion actually, I like it. Great draft, good synergy with the Kunkka especially, because you can synergize so well with the SF ultimates, like ult into multiple people, X one person right back into where the SF is doing all of his damage.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
As it is gonna be Asakura picking up a Clockwork next, so they will go for that amazing combo with the Shadow Fiend. And while it is a little bit, you know, old meta once again, I'll be real with you guys, I want some new meta picks, I want some anti-mages, I want some, oh boy, what are the other heroes that have been buffed? There was a bunch of heroes that have been buffed, like new Bloodseeker I think has a way better laning stage as well, I'm just not sure if he's a mid, off laner or safe laner yet. But DMS are just gonna pick up a Dragon Knight, which I think is entirely fair. Like, Dragon Knight is as good a pick as any. Sure, the Fire Dragon has been nerfed just a little bit, but he's still viable as all three of the positions he's supposed to be viable in. Like I said before, most of the patch changes were just really tiny. Kunkka actually received one of the bigger nerfs, with his RAM being significantly decreased in duration.
10 seconds.
Like, I think it went from 10 seconds to 6 seconds or something, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat.
Radiant team ban.
Lifestealer got just the tiniest of buffs. I think changing the feast at level 1 was kind of nice. He really needed that after being nerfed twice in a row and not really getting anything exchanged for it. I would like a Lifestealer actually, come to think of it, for the side of Asakura. Can you imagine that? Like Shadow Fiend and Clockwork being constantly used for infest bombs? I'm not sure if like Lifestealer 1 is still a thing with the Kunkka offlane, but I would like to see it. Put Shadow Fiend mid, have Clockwork give Shadow Fiend the starting soul so he can have a better lane against the Dragon Knight. Or the Dazzle potentially still.
Dire team ban.
And because of that uncertainty, I would love myself a super safe pick like the Lifestealer. It will be the Storm Spirit banned out though. I mean, Storm Spirit, I love Storm. I want to see him every day of the week. Why? Because I think Storm Spirit is actually perfectly balanced. He gets picked a lot this patch, I know. But a lot of the games that Storm Spirit is picked, he loses all of his galvanized charges really early on, like after leveling up the ultimate the first time, and then can come back from there. You have one really long timing where you're super weak as the Storm Spirit, and I think that compensates for so much of that hero being, you know, meta, being very well enjoyed by pro players right now, as DMS pick up a Primal Beast for themselves with some good stun, some good teamfight initiation.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. You may now select your heroes.
And after a long while of hesitation, it will be a young G Queen of Pain instead. So, well, Shadow Fiend. I know Shadow Fiend isn't that popular on mid lane anymore, but the one way that he's still very good at mid laning is if you have a clockwork. So you start with a few extra souls and stuff going into the lane, right? That's why Dota never nerfed that synergy specifically. But instead of committing for a young G Shadow Fiend from the mid lane and picking up a greedy hard carry to kind of out late game DMS here, instead it will be young G picking up a Queen of Pain, who will have a decent lane against Meadow Jewel, I think. At some point Meadow Jewel is gonna get super annoying. Starting out the lane, Queen of Pain will have a huge advantage with her daggers though. And Shigetsu's on the Dragon Knight, so he offers a lot of extra stun, a lot of extra damage to kind of, you know, get that initiation going, while also staying in the front lines to just kind of keep himself alive. But yeah, I guess Dachau will be taking Dazzle to the off lane, together with Problems this time around being put on the position 4 with the Deluge support Naga. Not really any surprises other than Jezu taking the SF in the 1 position. And I wonder if SF as a carry is gonna be affected or not by the Bracer and like Rave Band nerf that we saw. Cause Jezu, I love him as a player, especially if you give him a hero like the Morphling. And last game, his plays were excellent. He was constantly making the most of his teeny tiny health pool and kind of keeping himself alive that way. As ladies and gentlemen, we are loaded in. There is a little bit of a lag spike, but hopefully nobody will have to disconnect and we will have ourselves game number 2 very, very soon. Mouse lag? How do you even get your mouse to lag? I mean, alright, I know loading in is quite resource intensive and stuff. Thing is, I don't think I'm good, says Problems. So it looks like Problems is having some problems. Oh no, wait, it is like the other side. It's Asakura that's pausing. Oh, but they need to fix their mouse lag. If you have mouse lag, then how can you play freaking Dota, right? It seems like an impossible nerf and impossible issue. Well, we're waiting while nobody's disconnecting. Hopefully, you know, the change of batteries for the mouse or whatever will get it fixed. That went swimmingly, says the voice line, but no one paused coming out just yet. At least some nice little, like, Beastmaster noises, except... Wait, who's imitating those Beastmaster noises? It's somebody from the, like, Team Falcons players or staff, but I wouldn't know who it is. Because honestly, that's a quite good Beastmaster imitation. Man, I wish I could make Beastmaster noise that nice. Car. And strength is victory. Still no unpause, still no disconnect, but at least more go! As I will go to the break screen for just a second, but the moment it unpauses, we will be right into the game and see if there's gonna be 0-minute smokes and what have you. Because as you can see, there hasn't even been time for most people to pick up their smokes other than Enchantress already having one. As you can see, the admin is speaking up that there is little pause time remaining, and we will unpause in 5 minutes unless there is any pause time given from DMS to the side of Asakura. But with that, I'll head to the break screen. See you all in a bit. I hope so, at least.
When I'm lonely in the dark, I know you are with me, yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves the unpause the second I go to the break screen. But not only an unpause, we got a double 0-minute smoke, so things will get exciting from minute 0 from the looks of it here. Problems not gonna be connected upon this time around, as I'm not sure if they believe him to be alone or not from the side of Asakura. It's little interactions like these where the mind game and knowing who you're playing against aspect of Dota really starts to come into play. Because I don't think they expected Naga Siren to be alone there, and Naga Siren, she saw 3 people, gave her team a lot of valuable information. DMS with Shigetsu already being in position, they will be guaranteed to get 2 of these runes now, with the third one already looking to be contested. Of course, it's only like 50 gold or whatever. But those 40 gold for every teammate can make the difference between a win and a loss. Here's Young G able to blink himself away. Nice escape there, because with the Dazzle Poison, of course, the potential of a First Blood happening is way too freaking high. And even without Young G being First Blooded, this is gonna be one of his tangos already eaten. Probably 2 of his tangos already eaten. And remember, I said until level 6 Queen of Pain is supposed to be dominant in this lane. This is exactly why Young G starting to right-click Mellow Jewel immediately. And doing so for a lot of damage as Mellow Jewel, with the slow just being as annoying as possible. But he will just constantly be harassed, constantly be sitting at kind of low health, having to, you know, kind of use his decision-making skill every time to decide, hey, do I want to go in here, do I want to commit or not? Till the end, chasing after 3-3-3 or 3-3. Problems. Laning on the Chao with the offlane. I actually love this offlane, because now you got a huge synergy at level 2 with the mirror image plus the shadow wave. And that's gonna make so much difference here. Like, Naga Siren as a support feels kind of iffy, because you need to guarantee a good lane. I love Naga Siren as a support, because I talked last game about how much I love greedy position force. But I do think Naga Siren, you need to have a guaranteed one lane. Last time around, the Naga Siren didn't have that, and Luna had to work really hard for a comeback. This time around, though, problems laning with the Chao. They got a huge combo, they got huge harass, and most importantly, they can actually run down Jazu with Naga Siren not having that much armor as a support, but having okay magic resist as well. Among the agility cores, Naga definitely won with the higher intelligence, but that little bit of magic resistance will not help against so many right clicks from both the Clockwork and the Shadow Fiend, as Dazzle not able to go for a kill there. Jazu, he's sitting at 7 souls so far. And it's just 20 max souls without the Aghanim Scepter plus 1 per kill. I wish you would actually see the freaking, like, extra stacks shown differently, like as a separate stack. Because I think he got 1 right now, or, you know, that... Wait, if I press Alt... Yeah, if I press Alt, I also can see how many stacks he has right now. Because with the SF, of course, the thing with him being a 1, the reason why he's so popular is if you protect your 1 position will kill everyone in a matter of seconds. With every single point giving him at the end, like every single kill before dying, giving him 5 physical damage, and then that presence of the Dark Lord coming into combo with that, and already being leveled up, of course.
Radiant structures are fortified.
So yeah, well, it is the meta Shadow Fiend. I think that kill is definitely gonna come in huge and, you know, make Jesus' lane easier. Over on the mid lane, Young G went for a bit of aggression on Mellow Jewel. Mellow Jewel, though, entirely fine. On the Primal Beast, getting poked at a little bit more, but... he's okay. He got that rump stomp as well, so, you know, he can always use a defensive trample if he really needs to get out. Borrowing mid lane for the Queen of Pain, but nonetheless it may be worth the last pick depending on how well Young G hits his first ultimate here. If it's anywhere as good as Queen of Pain usually is, it will be amazing. Problems. Very happy with that last hit, even if he takes a bit of harass from it. With the Clockwork now being poisoned to oblivion, Clockwork is just gonna die and he will accept his death, stand still. It's not like Shadow Fiend could have gotten a return kill, because Shadow Fiend, he is still like 5 souls behind where he wants to be as far as the bonus damage goes, and then he needs to level up the ultimate a few times to actually get the damage.
Where are you going?
So Dachau very much getting the tempo back, as VS could be in a bit of trouble, but with a cookie he will be fine until the end. Gets ran down, gets shot after the after by the Enchantress. And you can see there's a 1000 gold lead already developing for DMS. And it's just two reasons for that. Wait. Oh, till the end goes down. He was a little bit late on those Nature's attendants, but can he get the kill? He got it! Mid-cookie till the end got the trade there. Which, I mean, it's minus 100 gold or something for DMS, but on the other side, it's a lot of space for Shigetsu's Dragon Knight. Which, like I said, even with the 50 cleave range reduction on the Worm's Wrap, I think it's still very much fine, because it's only cleave range, not splash range. And it just forces you to play around your ultimate in that late game fight scenario more, and not really go for any melee builds. It's over on the bottom lane, nice little kill pickoff. 4 problems, and the Dazzle once again going in deep, but being rewarded for it. Jezu maybe starting to free farm a little, having 1 stack of Necromastery right now and just so much right click damage. But between a Naga Siren and a Dazzle, they are trying to kill off Jezu. Even if the Naga dies for him, it's totally worth it, but they do need to get this kill. Dazzle, how much damage can he get? More than enough with 1 more Deluge coming out from Problems. Problems secures the kill. But Dachau is the guy who hasn't died a single time and who is getting super fed by this. Just an incredible synergy with a very suicidal, but nonetheless extremely well playing support here. As 333 gets ran after by the Enchantress. Shigetsu will get a Healing Lotus for that at least. Space created. DMS still quite far ahead though, especially with the Shadow Fiend losing his 1 like Necromastery stack. Because now his maximum is back to 20. And if you can get the maximum to be like 30 to 40, so like 10 to 12 kills in a row, and then like level max Requiem, you are so overpowered. And for a Shadow Fiend 1 with some stacks, that's very much achievable. Because he can just solo take big stacks and have this whole power curve, but it looks like DMS know exactly how to play against Shadow Fiend 1 positions, having played a lot of games in this patch already, or in the last patch already, where he was a lot better in my opinion. And Jezu, once again being attempted on with a setup from the Dazzle Naga Siren. Out comes the Dazzle Poison on the Shadow Fiend once again. A nice stun from the ENG, and with the Poison, that will be 1 kill secured. Problem still running for his life, but the Deluge will not only save his life, but allow him to potentially turn around with the ENG. Maybe not. Poor coordination. They could have just solved him and then had him heal up. Oh, never mind. Maybe Mellow Jewel was yelling like, yo guys, I can come. Maybe we kill. Because Young G already has that ultimate, and that makes mid lane kind of scary now for Mellow Jewel, who's still behind Young G despite that kill rotation. But as a whole, his team is ahead, so Mellow Jewel, while he may not be farming and may not be having that fun against the Queen of Pain, Young G, even with that ultimate, is not making any space for his team. As a matter of fact, he will be zoned out of the lane, though, till the end. Yeah. Great target for the Queen of Pain ultimate. Young G will gladly take that kill. Boop, thank you for a ton of gold, he says. As Primal Beast eats his shield rune, makes sure to just get maximum regen back up again. May want to try to go onto Young G. He does have an ultimate after all. Waiting for the ENG though. Okay, so just get the bottle refill. And even that bottle refill will tell Queen of Pain, hey, there may be a support nearby. Mid players nowadays, they do check each other's inventories a lot, ever since mana is shown. Because you're used to doing that. If you're a mid player that's been playing for like 2 years or something, you're used to constantly going like, where's my enemy? There's my enemy. What does he have? Where's my enemy? There's my enemy. What does he have? Like, I still do that from time to time, and I'm not even a mid player. Like,
bottom tower is under attack.
from the patches before, you could see mana for everyone, of course, so that the enemy team could see how high or low mana you are. Ever since that's the thing, you don't need to click each other as often, but you still have the habit of doing it because you're used to checking mana, right? So you may as well use that habit to get a lot better information on, hey, does my enemy have support nearby, like they did here. But now that support together with the mid lane, and just rotate over to the bottom lane, where they will be surrounded by 3, but there is a dive ready sitting behind them. Zviest though comes in with that gunblade, and it is full 5 people being brought in by Asakura. Kunkka will immediately go back over to the top lane, where he did leave Shigetsu to free farm for a little while. Also, for those of you who don't watch me a lot, I'm a really big fan of the Gunblade. It has the most realistic flintlock sound you have ever heard. I know it sounds really muffled, but like, I think they did it with an actual flintlock because of that. Wait a second. We gotta hear it again. Do we? Kunka, come on. You're dead anyways, bro. Just attack. No? Okay. No beautiful Gunblade noises for us. Still, Zviest is dead. A lot of space created for his team there with the Admiral's rum, but a dead captain is a dead captain.
Radiant's
And,
top tower is under attack.
ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, I love the Gunblade noises, because it does sound like a super realistic flintlock as far as the whole click, bing, boom goes. Which you all hear like in a split second, of course, but it's a very distinct sound that the mechanism makes, and I really think they did it with a real one, because the blast of it sounds kind of muffled and echoey,
Radiant's top tower is
but
under attack.
dead kitty mics do have that tendency to do that if you use them in a recording studio. After a great push on the top lane, everyone from DMS has to get themselves back, as Asakura, threatening a lot of damage here, will be jumping on a Naga Siren, but they can't even kill Problems, as Dragon Knight sitting around the corner, still with an ultimate, still with that armlet, knows there's 4 people grouped up, and they need to be very careful if they want to initiate, though. Jezu going 2 and 2. He has a Falcon Blade this game, so he is going to make sure he doesn't feed early on, has a good amount of all stats at least, and a Quelling Blade. I do kind of like his build on the Shadow Fiend.
Is under attack.
It's just I think Jezu is really sad about that death and about his stacks not scaling already.
Haste.
With 3k gold lead, 4k gold lead. Back to 3, but DMS are farming slightly better whenever there is no major team fight happening in the favor of Asakura, and that's something that Asakura will need to stop.
Is under attack.
Primal Beast did use the onslaught, so that means he will get tower dive with a battery assault to keep him from ulting. Queen of Pain ult to kill him off, as Young G did have to jump under a tower for that, straight up into harm's way, where all the Naga Sirens, Illusions, plus an Enchantress are standing to get revenge. So it is a mid lane for mid lane trade, as Shadow Fiend makes sure to deny that rune. DMS though still free farming on their Dragon Knight, still 3000 dead, though what's crazier is Dachau is actually top of net worth, having already gotten himself a full-blown Aghanim Scepter. I think he should go for an Aghanim Shard too, but Dazzle actually makes a really valid argument, instead having queued up a BKB and saying, you know what, we can just flash initiate with a ton of damage. Jezu gets caught by 2 people. And it looks like Ariel got the hook shot back up and available again, so they can catch till the end though. Already made his peace with dying here. Was hoping he could get the deny to the Roshan, but even without that deny, like, it's both of your supports for nothing, and it is gonna equal out the kills. So I think DMS are a lot more worried about like the total kill score than they should be. Because as long as Dragon Knight is farming, everything here is fine.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Also, someone's asking, why does Primal Beast do so much damage? He has the Rump and Stomp facet, so he has the bonus movement speed facet. Most mid lane Primal Beasts take that if they're playing against squishy heroes like Queen of Pain. And that facet gives him 10% movement speed whenever he presses Trample, and like 5% for his allies. So it's really good, because your Trample scales on movement speed. And then he has the Phase Boots, and together with that he deals so freaking much damage whenever he runs over somebody, because he just tramples that fast. Primal Beast, however, will still not be going down thanks to a beautiful Shadow Grave from Dachau. Dachau wants to kill Ariel. Ariel will get killed, will actually poison his teammates, who now get set up upon with problems on that Naga Siren, as Naga Siren gets a beautiful setup onto Young G with the teammates. And thanks to that ult from the support Naga Siren with the carry Dragon Knight in the backlines, they feel like they can get the Shadow Fiend, and they will.
I left my health points in your backside.
5k gold lead, as this Dachau Dazzle just carrying his team. Shigetsu has finally managed to outfarm him, but Dazzle is the 3 position. Mellow Jewel just could focus the entire game on making space. 0 kills, 1 death, 5 assists. Primal Beast is just there for the team fight, just there to kind of, you know, be the actual front line and the actual tank for the team. And he's doing that job really well with Mellow Jewel already having a full-blown blade mail here. But a lot more importantly, DMS are just 6,000 ahead already, and if they don't stop the Dragon Knight from farming on the side of Asakura, then this may very well lead to a GG. Shadow Fiend not able to escape the Dazzle's Dazzle, just like 100 gold away from getting that Aghanim's shard. Well, actually it's gonna be a BKB first. The house says screw it, BKB, we ahead, boys. Shadow Fiend once again heading over to top lane to at least hopefully safely get his soul stacks back there. He's still not on maximum damage from the passive as the tower getting torn down a little bit. Nice slow onto 2 people with Asakura, making sure everybody can get away safely. DMS though want to go for the hard commit, and with the cookie going off a little bit early there. 333. I don't think perfect timing the cookie would have saved him, because there was a Primal Beast ultimate committed for it, as well as like the blink initiation. And now Clockwork is gonna try to counter initiate. Ariel though in a bad spot will be able to get a nice Queen of Pain ultimate up on the house. Dazzle, but the house simply too fast. That man was a Navi, and he's proving us why, while Primal Beast as a piggy going even faster kills off Jazz once again. Joe, why does Primal Beast do all of that damage? I mean, I've explained the synergy to you, but honestly my real answer to that is ask Ice Frog. Because whatever he's smoking, I want some of that too. I mean, don't get me wrong, DMS, they kind of deserve to win this game of Dachau, just going 2-0-9. He's playing his best hero, and he's definitely my MVP for this game. But I think Meadow Jewel, playing this like very sacrificial, this very non-greedy kind of mid laner, and only now finally starting to get the first few kills for it, deserves a lot of credit as well. And I'm not sure how he gets to, you know, basically let himself fall off a little bit in exchange for sharing that farm with his teammate, and then still do so much damage, right? Screen of Pain's ahead of him in net worth, and Young G just gets blown up. Then again, Young G is a glass cannon. Maybe that Dagon will make a difference.
Middle tower is under attack.
Just an instant pop for lifesteal button.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Also, wait. Just as a new rant for you guys, we get to see till the end run into certain death. At least it should be okay. With the Dagon, at least they can nuke the Enchantress, even with the heal. Nice save, as Jezu was almost dying to certain death from the poison. Now the Mortimer's kisses come out though. Most of them will be dodged with that X marks, definitely not all of them, but there is a blade mail, so Mellow Jewel able to hold zone with the shield, actually able to turn around here, thanks to his Dragon Knight still being really fat, already having an Orb of Destruction sitting next to him. There is a Philosopher's Stone picked up for 333. Best item in the game right now for literally everyone on the side of Asakura. If they could get 5 of that. Oh yeah, that's also something that Dota should change. Like, they should make it so that you can have your teammate choose an item and give it to you. So in situations like this, you can just get 5 Philosopher's Stones, play defensive and go for the comeback. I think that would fix the like meta still being very much in favor of whoever gets the advantage first, right? Because I don't think, like, don't get me wrong, I don't think aggro drafts shouldn't be rewarded for sacrificing your late game. But right now it's so hard to even get to late game if you want to go for a more of a greedy draft, that it's definitely not a fair exchange. Though DMS, are they gonna lose this, speaking of greedy Dragon Knight? No, because I guess my Caster's Curse only works in one direction. And it's kind of sad too, because I'm right now rooting for Asakura. Everybody who knows me will know I always want a game number 3. Especially with how good game number 1 has been the first 15 minutes or so. Because, like, one big team fight against the Luna draft with a double damage rune, allowing Luna to take Rex was just GG, but it was really, like, a lucky rune roll. And we happened to have that at TI too, like in the TI finals. That's just Dota for you. The question is, can they come back here? Because I really hope Asakura can still do something. But I wouldn't know what. Maybe set up good SF ult somehow, but how? Because there's a BKB piercing stun. There's like the Naga Siren ultimate as well to isolate you if you do press BKB. I don't know, the game is just looking so hard all of a sudden, chat. How Dazzle, look at what he's doing now. Oh, I love this guy. And boom, got it. Easy objective, easy life, free shard. Well, almost free. It just takes them to commit their offlaner for like 1 minute. 11,000 gold lead though, and a good shard too, because of course the new enchant Resproing, it's just so great and so annoying. Well, it hasn't been reworked for a while. What has been reworked for a while is the Rebel Rouser, and it's really nice that it scales now, because core ENG on the mid lane is now a thing. But you know what isn't nice? The Queen of Pain falling once again. Why does Primal Beast do so much damage? Chat, I wish I knew. I really wish I had the words to describe like what's happening in Icefrog's mind when he made that hero work. But guess what? The real MVP here is still the How Dazzle, despite everything, who's gonna head into the Roshan pit with the courier not only being used to deal extra damage to the Roshan but also to tank. He will line up those big heal bombs, will make sure the poison stays on Roche permanently, of course. 2 stacks of it already. And easy Aegis. Dragon Knight's like, oh wait, yeah, there's an Aegis, right. Dying, wait, yeah, that's the thing in this game. Sorry guys, I forgot dying was a mechanic. Because he has 0 deaths, Dazzle has 0 deaths, DMS, they're going for the stump right now. But I did tell you guys, I wanted to see new meta. I can't even cry, right? I can't even get mad about not getting a game number 3 here, because it is looking like that right now. Oh, maybe not. Problems will get killed. Nice pickup there from Young G. But I don't think Problems is the problem right now. Pun very much intended. Dazzle looking to rotate in onto Jezu. Jezu has an ultimate. Dazzle saw it, but not quite in time. But in comes the Primal Beast, who very much is a patient man and not afraid of any small shadow fiends. He will, however, be hard countered by the clockwork. And this time around, Jezu manages to get the getaway. Well played there, as that was, other than the SF Requiem, fairly little resources committed. And some good escapes being made across the board from Asakura. If only they were able to escape like this from the start, before they had fed this Dragon Knight so much. And maybe smoke a gank him once or twice. Because I think as far as the drafts go, the game was still winnable, but Asakura, they had a super favored draft in game number 1, right? And it didn't do a lot for them. It's not about the better draft, it's about the easier to execute draft, I think is the best way of putting it. As Young G. See, this is what I mean. Young G, theoretically, yeah, maybe you escape. But every time you escaping is like a 40% chance. The Primal Beast killing you is a 60% chance. And at that point, it just becomes a numbers game. As DMS with 12k gold lead running down the mid tier 3 tower. Out comes a nice torrent, nice slow stack on the Dragon Knight.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Dragon Knight together with the Primal Beast now. Getting the 1 barracks. Maybe they get the 2 barracks because they still have the Enchantress aura. And that will be a lane of Medirex as DMS back out of the base. It's just 24 minutes. Not just backing out of the base, but with those Naga illusions. Guess which lane they want to push. The 1 lane which still has a tier 2 tower standing. This time around though, realizing this may be the end for them soon. Asakura 5-man smoke, looking for a good wraparound, looking for a good tower defense, but the only person showing is the Dragon Knight, who at this rate will get themselves a free tower. With Dachau smoke behind him, but that's why nobody wants to go until they see Dachau. It's really hard to initiate, and Dragon Knight takes the tier 2, can now push for the tier 3 a little with the arm still being there. Shigetsu, he technically still has negative health regen, although it's only like 13 or 14 when the armlet is on. But now a 5-man smoke comes out from 4-man smoke actually comes out from DMS, as it's a Shadow Blade used from the Dragon Knight, of course. But Dragon Knight, he very much wants to get himself that extra damage, walks himself under the wards though, allowing the ENG to be initiated upon by 3 people. Dachau, very nice BKB, trying to save his life, will go for the Shadowgrave teleport. There is a Naga Siren ultimate trying to save his life. Naga Siren, nice ultimate here. Dragon Knight, he's sticking around, he's not even running back. He says, you know what, if nothing else I get Aerial. Shigetsu will get his way out of the cox. Look at the damage he does to the Queen of Pain, as the Shadowgrave allows them to just obliterate Young G. Oh my god, Shigetsu, even I didn't expect this turnaround, but Dragon Knight is still a little too strong. He got nerfed, yeah, but he didn't farm literally any slower. It was still a top percentile Dragon Knight for last patch before he got nerfed. So in comparison to the Bracer and like Null Talisman nerf, Dragon Knight is still a really good hero. Actually, I think Dragon Knight got a buff, like net buff in this patch, because Dragon's Blood is so much health regen compared to the base health regen now that Bracers are no longer as commonly built as they were. Dragon Knight still went for 2 of them, interestingly enough. I'm not sure if maybe 1 is the build on the 1 position instead of 2. But regardless, it's just looking easier by the passing minute.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
DMS still very much defending the, respecting the high ground defense from the side of Asakura. I wonder if they want to wait for the small crits to be finished on the Dragon Knight. Though Jezu, he's in his jungle and he will be walking into 2 people. Hookshot just barely off the mark. Shadow Fiend still being kept alive. Trying to turn around onto Mellow Jewel. Mellow Jewel also being kept alive though with the Shadowgrave. Look at the Chao. Just keep the team fight going. Primal Beast will die, will not get anyone out of that. Oh wait, actually they will with the Chao still having poison on the Clockwork. Aerial will take out to the poison as well. Over on the top lane meanwhile, they did kill off the Kunkka with an Enchantress. And the Dragon Knight is now once again just starting to smack the tower, reducing its armor.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Forcing out an easy fortification there.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
As that will be 1 lane of Rex once again cleaned off the map. Only top still standing. Dachau meanwhile walking top on a bit of a shopping spree, but what he's really looking for is Young G, and I think he saw that blink. He will find Young G with the Hex, with the Poison. No blink for Young G just yet, and he doesn't get clipped, which was quite a good setup from Mellow Jewel, making sure he curved it like this. So he would knock Queen of Pain this way instead of this way. Wait. Okay, so as I was saying, he was gonna knock the Queen of Pain right this way. He saw it, and that's why he curved it around like this. So he would knock her a little more like in this direction. And that was very well played by him, as now thanks to that his team can go for a very nice tier 3 push. But with that, the BKB coming out, Mellow Jewel almost going down, being the tankiest hero on the map, but he will still be able to get himself away. Buyback forced for the Queen of Pain. Out comes an X-Mark setup on the one hero they cannot lose. It's the Chaos Dazzle being threatened, but Kunkka gets bursted to half health by a very fat Dragon Knight, as now the Naga Siren can just slowly but surely pressure the tier 3 tower. It's only got 300 health left. How long can it take, right? And if Queen of Pain dies without a buyback, or if the Shadow Fiend dies at all, I think it's gonna be the GG push. But now you see why the draft is still really strong from, like,
Radiant are scanning.
at least in theory, really strong from, like, Asakura's side. Cause yeah, SF, he does have the damage output, it's just what good is the damage output if you don't have a way to get past Dachao's amazing freaking Shadow Graves. Pressure is being maintained across multiple lanes. Dachau, meanwhile, oh boy, there's not one but two Wisdom Runes waiting there for him. Oh, actually, in comes the teleport, but he will not be sharing that. Nope, mine, says Dachau, as he will, however, get his team yet another Tormentor, 24,000 gold Nichigetsu. That's a powerful Aghanim Shard. And as a carry, you never want to buy it, right? Because you always can get the, like, late game items with that money. So it's very good tempo for the Dragon Knight here, as DMS 3-man smoke, but there is a 4-man smoke from Asakura. So maybe Asakura can finally find the 5-man Shadow Fiend ultimate they so desperately need to turn this game around. Nope, instead Kunkka will break their smoke. Mellow Jewel immediately blinks out, now tries to reinitiate, finds a Shadow Fiend. Oh, this could be GG. Shadow Fiend has a buyback. Is he gonna commit it for this fight? It does not look like it, so that means Ariel will be dying, and it may just be a team wipe, because there is a Naga Siren ultimate with the Kunkka being caught next. Even a ship committed for him, he will be going down. 333 will be going down next. Queen of Pain, I guess, still getting out, but almost a team wipe, and now 4 people pushing for the base. At this point, I'm afraid Asakura are gonna have to call it. I really wanted the game number 3 here. I think compared to game number 1, Asakura have the slightly better draft, but this time around their entire draft hinges on 2 things. Win Shadow Fiend's lane and shut down the Dragon Knight in the laning stage, right? And they accomplished neither of those. Dragon Knight having way too hard of a lane, while the Shadow Fiend is also just not having a pleasant time in the laning stage. And Dachau, perfect game from him, perfect game from Dragon Knight. Dachau will be my MVP because Shigetsu is my MVP so often already. But that was some amazing action by both Dachau and his carry. Even Mellow Jewel did really well with the ultimates and the decision making. He had a slow, he had a really delayed kind of rough lane for the Primal Beast. Had to bide his time a lot, but despite everything, the Primal Beast was able to hold out against every bit of aggression. Looking at the player net worth here, you can see at the start it was Mellow Jewel, as you expect from Primal Beast against Queen of Pain. Haha, I'm winning my lane, I'm taking over aggression. Haha, Queen of Pain is kind of out farming me, but I'm kind of out farming her again. And here's where he kind of, you know, before 10 minutes already, Mellow Jewel started to completely fall off, and it was voluntary. This was entirely voluntary for the Primal Beast to drop down this low, because he knew he was making space for the Dachau, he was making space for that Dragon Knight. So he went from like 2nd in net worth to 5th in net worth, and then right back 4th, 3rd in net worth till the end of the game. Beautiful performance from all 3 cores, and both of these supports, though this game, seriously, Dachau, my MVP, just for being like 2 supports in 1 hero from that off-lane core Dazzle. It was amazing him keeping everyone alive. He had the highest level across the board. Probably the best score as well. I usually don't care about score because Dota is not about score. But yes, if you go by the old rules, well, actually no. Or yes, if you go by the old rules that 1 assist is worth half a kill, then Dazzle did have the perfect game out of everyone. Dachau MVP for sure. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna head to a long break here at the EPL, because there is a whole 4 hours of break time before we are gonna continue with the action. So, well, don't stay tuned for a change, please. Go take a break. Be back in 4 hours from now when we are gonna have the last and second best of 3 of the day coming up. As sadly today is a bit of a short day, but if we get to see more new meta picks, I'm really okay with that. I don't mind having a long break. I will be seeing you all in 4 hours. Tune back in again. Hope you're enjoying the show. See ya.
When I'm lonely in the dark, I know you are with me, yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. When I'm lonely in the dark, I know you are with me, yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love.
We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze through the back door. We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze for days. We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze through the back door. We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll. Pulling up, smoking haze through the back door.
see when we collide. No one walks away easy. I never thought you'd be the one. I never meant to take your heart. I never felt so hard. I never meant to be the one. I never thought I'd break your heart. And after the stars have crumbled to dust, we still feel the warmth burning in us, burning in us. It hurts so bad, but it doesn't mean that it's wrong. No, 'cause after the storm, you'll see the sun. And after the storm, you and me, we both live life at full speed. Easy to see when we collide. No one walks away easy. I never thought you'd be the one. I never meant to take your heart. I never felt so hard. I never meant to be the one. I never thought I'd break your heart. And after the stars have crumbled to dust, we still feel the warmth burning in us, burning in us. It hurts so bad, but it doesn't mean that it's wrong. No, 'cause after the storm, you'll see the sun. And after the storm,
You and I don't together like we can change the weather All these bills I can know. these blues like you know it.